whatever the heck you want to call them.
Sock-clad human hooves.
Sure, it's all fine by me. Alright, there you go. Yeah. Starting a little bit early. Jack's gonna join us later.
Oh, we're not going to try to convince them that I'm Jack. Suddenly shrunk and no longer hair.
Is that funny, or is that just... I don't know.
Bizarre.
I don't know. I don't know if that's funny. I'm unconvinced. This is Lego Worlds. I have no idea what the frick this is.
I think it involves Legos.
I'm assuming it's Lego Minecraft. Oh look, that's a variation
They
on
did
the...
something kind of like that about 20 years ago.
It's a variation on the old school Lego Spaceman uniform. That symbol.
It's a symbol that works. Uh-oh. There's Count Dracula and is that Chewbacca? Or the abominable Bigfoot snowman?
That's an excellent question. Hello everybody, hello.
Greetings and salutations. What happened to Jack?
He'll be around.
We ate him.
He'll be free at like 6:30. I was at work. Karen showed up earlier than I thought you were going to. Not that this is wrong. I was like, yeah, we'll start a little bit early. Rather than have you sit around. Chad, I will probably play some Vanquish later when Jack is here.
I think I'm supposed to hit any button.
I can't carry on a conversation with Karen while I'm playing Vanquish. And then she has to handle talking to people all on her own. That's not fair. That's not fair.
New game. Press any button to start. I did. And it says new game. New game. Press any button to start. Select A. I guess.
You're just hitting the wrong button is what you were doing.
It said press any button.
And then you're supposed to hit A after that. For some reason. Look you.
Adventure mode. Sandbox mode. Join game. Settings. Let's just try adventure mode.
I will play Vanquish later. I'll play it later. I can't tell Karen to handle the chat alone while I'm absorbed into blowing up robots. It would be unkind.
I think we kind of did that last week, or 2 weeks ago, or whatever it was.
What was I playing, though? Probably wasn't as intensive,
Why are there chickens in space?
Because it's a Lego game?
How are they breathing?
Because it's a Lego game. Here, space is all air.
Are those things on the bottom supposed to be legs or cloacas?
What?
They've got like little Lego stud grabbers on the bottoms of them, and I'm wondering if those are supposed to represent their legs or their cloacas. Do you just stick a stud in their cloaca to hold them steady? Hold Y.
You're a strange girl. Strange girl.
Hold Y.
Now move the stick around. Choose the head.
I guess I'll be intergalactic girl.
Left button. You see that
A
LB
button.
and RB up there? Those are these. Yeah, those.
Intergalactic girl, can I have the... Sure, why not?
You put on the Santa hat. You put on whatever you want. You don't need to have pink if you don't want pink.
Okay. There's the head. I'll go with what's her face.
You like cute things, but not necessarily like pink cute.
No, but there aren't a whole lot of options here either.
I know.
What's that? Her head? Okay. Don't want to do the hair. Beard? Sure, why not? Oh, don't have a beard choice yet. Body. Arms. Hands.
Oh, this infernal laptop.
Ooh.
Someday,
Chastity belt.
I will use this laptop, and there won't be any problems. Someday. There we go. But I can see things I might need to see.
Okay, now I'm diving without a parachute.
Do you die?
I don't know. Probably not.
Pirate playground. Your first Lego world. So
Apparently punching
much to
things doesn't
discover.
make them fall
But
apart.
your rocket took a beating. A few
You-
Press
gold
F2
bricks
to drop
should
in.
fix it right
oh,
up.
this two-person, potentially.
You probably have a array you need to use to take apart things. That water's weird. It's like kind of Lego bricks, but you can go through them.
Yeah, it's weird. Lego bricks and bubbles. Uh-oh.
Oh my
Look,
gorn.
Go the
Meteorite.
dinosaurs.
Oh, that's gonna be your assemble things right there. I called that.
Alright, let's go get it.
Rich, my $1,000 Lenovo 3 totally crapped out on me too.
Oh no.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Fortunately, this is not my laptop.
Hot. Hot.
I use this laptop because it's here, but it's not mine.
Really should take a closer look at that crash site.
Can I do it with
Why is
a
there like an evil man voice in
don't
this
know.
kitty Lego game? You should take a look at that crash site.
Is that a bottle?
Can you fly off
that
the
a
edge of the
fish?
world?
Yes. Yes, you can.
You landed on a tree. All right, all right.
Now I'm walking on trees tops. Whoa.
This game has you written all over it.
This game is weird. But you know, you were complaining about how in other Lego games, like everything wasn't built out of Legos, like the land
Yeah.
was built out of like
Yeah,
not
land.
Legos.
It was built on.
Yeah, it was built out of dirt. I'm punching a pig. Whoa. Oh, that's kind of creepy. Oh, so you can punch things.
Well, it wouldn't be a Lego game if you could punch things and get gold and
Inventory unlocked.
blue and silver
Inventory? Don't
studs.
you mean
Really should
inventory?
take a closer look at that crash site.
How do I wanna...
What are you trying? What are you
I just
trying
want
to
to
do?
see what this looks like.
What looks like
The
the what?
the throne? Look at... I'm kicking it back. Falling asleep too, apparently. Okay, come on, get out of the throne. Can I have a drink?
Rich, did you ever watch the TV
Oh, yeah.
show Baywatch? No, it sounded stupid. I don't want to watch a show about a bunch of lifeguards. I know, they had bikinis. I can.
They had David,
You can get-
David Hasselhoff when he was fairly young and reasonably good looking.
You can get attractive women in 1,000 different places. It doesn't need to be Baywatch.
Well, I see how that works.
Am I the only person who thinks that Pamela Anderson is too big up top?
You know, I'm not generally
She was-
a boob person, but they are.
Pamela Anderson
I'm
is
glad
just.
mine aren't that.
She's
Scout
too much of a
wieldy.
character for me.
Outfits, creatures, and vehicles.
Pamela Anderson.
Once they're in your collection,
I don't like the whole
summon
blonde
things
bimbo
into your
thing.
worlds.
I don't think she was
Place them
pretending to be
precisely
stupid,
where
was she?
you want them.
She was just
No, she was
Fire
pretending to
into
be
the
smart,
sky
but you can
with
tell she was
wild
stupid.
abandon.
pretending to be really
Into
top
Brixton
heavy.
Discovery Tour is the first step
Surgically
on your
made really
journey
top
to
heavy.
become a master builder.
A masturbator. Okay. So now I'm.
She got implants, and she is a character now. I thought she had implants, and then she made a career decision to get rid of them,
I don't
and then
know.
at some point they came back. I
Well,
thought that was how it worked with Pamela
I don't
Anderson.
think they came back by themselves. It's not like they like crawled out of the sea and reattached. All right, this cutscene shit gets annoying.
Oh, you and Jack would get along.
Excuse me. Yeah, me and Jack do get along. Oh. Oh no.
Yeah, this game looks neat. If you like Lego worlds, this is indeed a Lego world.
Yeah,
So did you get the thing you were supposed to get?
I think so.
Now what do
I
you do?
probably have to open these or something because they're blinking at me.
You guys stream Friday the 13th, the game.
He was talking about doing it.
I think we're gonna do it when.
Can I jump into the ocean?
Try it. I think we're gonna do that Wednesday. Wednesday may be a stream you want to attend. Unless something changes last minute. I don't have control over all things.
I will not be here Wednesday.
Word is that the Friday the 13th game is a pile of shit full of bugs.
Well,
Wait. I've been playing it a little bit. That's not entirely my experience. I had one major bug.
yeah, you were like walking on air.
I was
literally.
I was playing that game, and I was one of the counselors. And I walked up a hill, and then, once the slope of the hill started going down, my character did not go down the slope of the hill. I was walking on air. And in fact, I just kept getting higher and higher. I was just, standing there, 50 feet in the air, and the guy who was playing Jason is just running around underneath me because he couldn't do jack shit.
Oh, so he needs a brick so that he can stop being broke, I think that's how this works.
But to be fair,
And I think that Bush winked at me.
other than a couple of graphical glitches just because I was near a wall when I killed someone and the animation didn't work quite right, I had no game-breaking bugs except for that one. It was the first time I played the damn game that was a major one. And then I played a decent chunk of last night. Just because when I know we're going to stream something, I want to have a little bit of familiarity with it. And I didn't have any problems after that.
I want to know if the We Love Premarital Sex girls show up in that game. Because that is my favorite moment of all.
The premarital sex girls you're talking about are from
Jason X? I think?
Jason X.
Where Jason's in space and they've got a virtual reality program to try to stall Jason and keep him busy. Kind of like the holodeck.
Yeah, so they make a holodeck 1981 Crystal Lake with girls running around who like premarital sex and smoking dope.
Premarital sex. You want to smoke some dope?
just to keep them busy.
And then he starts beating the girls with each other in sleeping bags. It's great. Okay, now I have a banana, which I'm using as a weapon. I'm beating things with a banana. And beating anything that blinks at me. Okay.
Yay, finally a Lego game on stream, but Worlds. So somebody is not a fan of this game.
I have not played enough to have a major opinion. Oh, there's stuff.
Look, I was looking for something to stream with Karen. Because I don't want to do Vanquish before Jack gets here. And Karen likes the Lego, and I'm like, we'll take a look at this. We'll see what happens with this. Murat Yilmaz says hello from Norway. And Murat, Jack will be by later.
Hello, Norway. What is it, about 1 in the morning there?
Which move the pointer out of the screen, sir? Oh, that's a pointer.
What's Norway, 7, 8 hours ahead? Germany, I think, is 7.
Oh, put this.
What's a pointer?
Here, can you put this on the table?
Do what? Who?
Can you reach the table? Just put it on the.
Maybe.
There was a little Lego pointer thing with the mouse. I don't know if you need that.
I don't know either.
You could probably use the pointer with the other control stick, right? No, maybe not. I don't know. This is Lego Minecraft, basically.
Apparently.
So what do you build things? What are you doing?
I'm on a quest to find things that aren't bananas to fix robots, maybe?
To find things that aren't bananas.
Well, I'm guessing this banana's probably good for something. Like maybe there's a monkey. But right now I just have it in my hand, so I'm just using it to beat things. And it's holding up remarkably well.
Did we see the Lego Batman movie? Yeah, it was quality.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as the Lego movie, but it was fun.
I liked them both. Probably equally.
Okay.
I don't know if I liked the Lego movie quite as much as you did. I thought the bits with the father and the son were kind of hokey. Oh wait, I think I saw that light in here somewhere. Supposed to do something with that light. Possibly. Could beat it with a banana, but probably not.
Have you played Lego Dimensions? That Lego game that's like $100 and like basically $20 a level for the different sets you have to buy? No, I have not. I have not given money to that fucking cash scam.
Well. You want to play this?
Oh, you hate it?
I don't know. Wandering around and nothing's happening.
So you hate it? You can say you hate it. Nobody cares.
I'm not super crazy about
You're not
it.
super crazy about this?
I seem to be wandering around a lot and there's no point. Wait, here's something that's like got a beam going. What do I do with him? I need a pirate throne. Oh wait, I think there was like a throne, right? Wasn't the throne over like... Can I take that throne?
Would you rather just do something different?
Sure, what do you even mind? I wouldn't mind messing with this sometime, but...
Yeah.
Where's the throne? Is that the throne? What does he want? So what, do you just get something from the one guy who gives you something to give to the other guy? who
I've
gives you
never
something?
played this.
What else do you want to play?
No idea. Play Bookworm? I'd love to play Bookworm, but then everyone's just gonna cheat.
Yeah. Shame on you. Shame on you.
I guess we could just play on our own and not look at the chat at all. Fucking cheaters.
Yeah.
Fucking cheaters.
We're disappointed.
We're very
We're gonna send you to
disappointed.
your rooms. We don't cheat when we play. We like legitimately. Oh wait, is there a gold brick in there? Hi, you want to give me that? Some pigs and chickens is what I need. You want a pig?
I tell you what we could do.
Here, piggy, 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 piggy.
There's no reason we can't do Friday the 13th 2 days in a row. Do you just want to talk for a bit? And I'll play the Friday the 13th
Sure.
game.
Wait, I hit the Y button. Now the pig likes me. Is that how it works? So now I ride the pig.
Now
over
you're
the-
riding the pig, yes.
I seem to be enjoying it. If I jump in here, will she be happy? I think I just knocked her over with a pig. She doesn't seem to care. Hi, here's a pig. Aim. Hi. Is that enough pig? You want more pigs? She probably wants more pigs. Which I have to chase around and hit the Y button. And then the pigs love me. And I ride the pigs into the corral. And then she gives me something somebody else wants. Is that how it works?
Yes.
Oh, there's a pig. Let me climb off of the pig. There's another pig. How many fucking pigs are there? Come here, pig. It's okay, pig. I'll hit my Y button and you'll love me. And you'll let me ride you. Because... Whoa, I have a pig gun. Or something. Aim.
Some blue guy in chat says, "Hey guys! Jack! There's no Jack here right now. I like..." Oh, you're being a jerk.
Yeah, let's play something else. Sorry. You like what?
None. We doing something else?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Lego Pigs, the game. I do like the fact that, like, all the, like, there's a crab made out of Legos and stuff. And I might not mind digging around with this game sometime at home, but...
Alright, you just here, relax. Relax, we'll switch it up. We'll switch it up, it's fine.
Okay.
Move your...
What movie am I looking forward to this year? What's coming out this year? There's things that are coming out. I can't think of what any of them are.
How do we get out of here? How do we get out of this game?
Isn't there, like, another Star Trek movie coming out this year?
No.
Star Wars.
There's a Star Trek... Karen, could you unhook your leg from the...
My foot's stuck on it.
Yeah, I know your foot's stuck on it. That's why it's pulling things off the desk.
They said it was record speed from start to stop.
Karen's voice up, Rich voice down. Oh, Karen has a habit of not talking into the microphone and mumbling.
Well, the microphone is like not even facing. And now the camera's probably not facing me. I don't know.
I don't just
All right. Oh, Star Trek show. That's right. That's what's coming out.
Discovery, yeah.
I knew something was coming out with Star Trek. Hidden object adventure games. I've played them a little bit, but like, I don't know if I'm like farsighted or nearsighted or something, but they make my eyes tired after a while. And they get physically uncomfortable to play.
Here.
Plus, a lot of times
What?
they're really small in resolution. I'm just getting old. Jack is elsewhere. I don't know exactly where he is, but he's going to be here later.
Talk, Karen, talk.
Probably watching his kids or something. Okay, talk. What did you call what band did you come up with today? JJ Cool Gang or something? And I was trying to figure out if that was LL Cool J or Cool in the Gang.
Something like that.
Hello,
You just
Gino
just
Suave.
say that without any kind of context. And expect it to make sense.
I don't even remember exactly how we got into that, though. Our life is like without any kind of context and expect it to make sense. Yeah, he said like we were talking about music. We were being dingbats and doing duets of Kenny Rogers songs and stuff. What is my favorite movie and TV show? I think we talked about this last week, and I decided it was like my favorite movie was like a toss-up between like Monty Python and Airplane and something.
Monty Python, which?
Oh, definitely The Holy Grail.
Okay.
TV show, how big is Rich's dick? It's about 14 feet, 6 inches, about 18 feet around. Oh, just
You don't
kidding.
even have to answer shit like that.
I know. Rich is a good guy. I have never seen Fried Green Tomatoes. Have you seen Fried Green Tomatoes, Rich?
Long ass time ago?
What happened to Greg Allman? Yeah, didn't he die recently?
Who? What?
Honestly, I can never keep track of which Allman Brothers died 30 years ago and which ones didn't. Yeah, I practically did describe the dimensions of a 16-wheeler. Oh my gosh, I was at a gas station recently, and the guy held up his receipt and he said he wanted to know if he had earned like free showers for the month or something. And I guess it's a thing. I had no idea, but like some gas stations have like private showers. So like the long haul truckers, I know a lot of them have like beds in their trucks and stuff. And I'm sure, washing yourself with baby wipes or spending extra for a hotel room isn't where it's at. So I guess some of these gas stations have showers, which seems like a great idea, but I had no idea those were a thing. I don't know how he died. Probably he was like 70 or something. I mean,
Who?
he probably Greg Allman, or one of the Allman Brothers guys, the one that didn't die. Somebody said it was liver cancer. Yeah, I figured. Oh, he had hepatitis C. That's kind of a shame because I think they can pretty much cure that now. It's like if he had, hung on for a couple more years, they probably would have taken care of him to not have cancer from it. 69, yeah. It's not 69, a lot of people live well beyond 69, but, at 69, cancer is not shocking. I guess it's not shocking at 30, but I had assumed he had died of natural causes, and yeah, liver cancer sounds like sucky natural causes, but yeah. Well, the average male life expectancy at birth is 73, but the average expectancy for a 69-year-old is probably like in the 80s. My microphone sounds like shit. Rich's microphone is indeterminate because he hasn't said anything directly into it since he fiddled with
Alright,
it.
you need to be specific. Sounds like shit how?
Yeah, is it too loud? Is it too quiet? Is it distorted? Is it tinny? Is it doing that kind of echoing voice of God, God, God thing? Reverb. The Allman Brothers are one of the first Southern rock bands. I don't know. The Allman Brothers and Skinnerd. What does it mean if I'm clipping?
Are you peace popping?
Are my peas popping?
Clipping.
They said you sound like your microphone is off. And they said now that I sound a little loud.
I sound like the microphone is off?
And that I'm tinny.
Fuck.
I don't know much
What?
about microphones. Do
Don't
you
say
have
anything. Don't say anything. What? I see.
They
My
said you're
microphone
super
is on.
loud.
They're saying I sound too quiet?
They said clipping is too loud. So I can take the microphone and get it out of my face. Usually we put the microphone like pretty much in my face because I don't talk super loud. Now they say you're too low, you're too quiet, which is probably a first.
Jason's already on my ass.
Oh, did
I
that
have
help?
no
Yeah, I just
weapons or
moved the
anything.
microphone a few inches further from my head. She's got a nice butt. I mean, I'm not that kind of girl, but it's like butt physics. They said you should just scream, Rich.
Why?
And then
Something
they also
scary
suspected that someone else suggested that you smoke dope, and then you'll be higher. My voice is in reverse, like when you play a LP backward and it summons the devil or something. Did I go to college? Sort of. I've definitely taken classes. I do not have a degree. I should probably finish that up one of these days. My voice summons the devil. It says we sound tinny and echoey. Well, I am not a... College can definitely be a waste of money if you don't have a specific plan and if you don't pass it. I think it's really a bad situation that people are in, especially people like 20 years younger than me, as a group, where people are like $30,000 worth of debt when they get out of school, even if they do everything right.
Where I'm at. Do I do it before you shove or not?
Nope.
I don't know.
Nope. Wasn't good
Oh
enough.
no. So are you playing as the girl?
Yeah. It's kind of unfortunate. I got found right
Is she
away.
puking or
No,
what was coming out of her head?
everything.
Yummy.
Alright, that was so quick. We're gonna find a different match. That's just terrible luck.
Do you remember the NES one?
Yeah.
It was terrible. The music was good. And which do you prefer? Do you like the Friday the 13th movies or the Nightmare on Elm Streets?
Well, I'm not much of a horror guy. You know that.
I mean, but Nightmare on Elm Street after like the first one was, I mean, the first one wasn't that serious, but after that they got increasingly ridiculously silly.
There's something wonderfully blunt about Jason.
Yes.
Simplistic and blunt. And I could appreciate that.
Lego Friday the 13th? That would be kind of cool.
Nice Savini, Jason.
Except that, like, you know, instead of
like that
blood,
shit?
like Lego blocks that come out of
Yes,
everybody,
I
which would
do,
be
sir.
weird.
I actually hope you're Jason so I can see it.
They want to know if you've ever played a game called My Summer Car.
No.
They say that your mic is not on, but you're so loud they can still
It's-
kind of hear you.
It's on. It's definitely on.
I don't know, but if I sound too loud, that's remarkable. Well, my favorite Jason, you're talking about the one where she captures the girl in the sleeping bag and slams her against the tree. My favorite is the one in Jason X where there are two girls and they're both in sleeping bags, and he grabs one girl and uses her to beat the other girl to death while she's in the sleeping bag, and then he grabs the other girl, and like beats her into the tree. Jason Alexander is my new favorite Jason. Jason, suddenly, much shorter. Rich and I were talking about how, like, successive actors who've played Jason keep getting bigger and bigger. The original guy was only, like, 6'1", which is certainly not a small person, but it's not especially large. And then, like, by the third one, they had some guy who was built like a linebacker, and he was, like, 6'4". They say I'm at least twice as loud as you. Rich isn't talking at all right now.
Or fucking I'll die, and that's fine. Karen, talk.
Talk, da-duck.
Do you sound okay according to them?
Do I, or do I still sound too loud?
Oh, God, Whenever anybody says that something is too loud, I'm just gonna ignore it from now on because I want to fix it, and everyone's saying it's fucked up. Alright.
Wow.
How is that? How is that?
They said to lower me by 10%. What if I just get the microphone even further out of my grill? Thoughts on the new Alien? Is there a new Alien?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a new Alien.
I have no interest in watching it, so I haven't seen it.
Oh, Hodder's like 5'9". Yeah, and 5'9" isn't especially short. I mean, that's probably solidly average. It's just like, I know some of the ones, like, some of the later Jason movies, Jason just, and some of that might be camera angles, but Jason just looks like this enormous hulking figure. They're busy chastising each other for pissing you off, I think. Or possibly congratulating each other. Meet the new alien, same as the old alien. Is it a remake?
May as well be.
Humberto Cabbage Patch, I do like your name.
No, why would you close it so you're outside? Oh, for fuck's sake. I can't fortify it anyway, fuck it. Alright, we need to find some motherfucking car keys and some other stuff. That's the goal.
They're not impressed with the camera on the game. I think the graphics are pretty good. I know I'm, like, easily impressed. What YouTube channels do I like to watch? I like to watch SciShow. And there's something called The Fry Life. It's just a girl named Mary and her husband, and she has cystic fibrosis. And, you know, they're nice people. They're kind of fun to watch. Mostly those two. Oh, and I like watching any of the comedy, what is it, the Cracked or whatever. Anyone that has Roger.
Who is Roger?
Roger is, it's like if such and such commercials were honest. If such and such commercials were honest, and he pretends to be like the CEO of different things. You know, like he'll be like if toothpaste was on it was and his name is supposed to be Roger Horton, so it's Horton Hotels and Horton Toothpaste and this that. Cracked, yeah, it is Cracked. But yeah, anything that's got and I've been Roger. I like that actor. He's funny. You bet Rich Evans owns a fidget spinner. He does. I bought it for him. And he uses it all the time. So I think that was money well spent. He's also got a couple of those like ones that are like dice, but like kind of like the you know they used to make those for babies, but this is smaller. Do we have any pets? We do. We have 3 Danios and a beta and 2 shrimp. And a snail.
You've named them all and designated them personalities.
I have. We've got, the fish Rich has decided that they're like a big street gang or something.
Well, talk about their behavior first. I mean, there's a reason for that.
Okay, well, Danios are assholes. Danios are schooling fish who appear to live to harass each other.
Yeah, they spend a lot of time nipping at each other.
Yeah. Oh, they don't really seem to do any damage. So we've decided that Rich and I came up with names for them. The larger purple one is Big G. We think that one might be female. It looks kind of fat all the time, and we think maybe it has eggs. These are the glowfish Danios. And then we've got a red one, and that's Red Tide. And then the yellow one we call Lemmy, and Lemmy only has one eye. We're not sure when exactly he lost that eye and whether or not he was in our possession at the time. There were more Danios, but early on we somehow managed to kill the other ones. So we've got 3 Danios. And then we've got a beta, and his name is Max, as in Betamax. And he's really alert and friendly and always comes up to the container, to the wall of their enclosure, their tank, to see if I'm going to feed him. And then we've got Streaky the Snail. He's like an apple snail or mystery snail or whatever. And then we've got a pair of shrimp that we call Abbott and Costello. I said she's got eggs. Like, I don't know. Somewhere or other I picked up the southern pronunciation of eggs and legs. But I say pegs. So, yeah. Eggs. Let me see here. Is that from today? Today's 28th, right? Here's a tip. Hello from Norway. That's still there. Some blue guy in chat says, "Hey guys, Jack, I like your new look. Have you played any other Lego games, like the ones based on films, especially the ones without dialogue? They've done better parody than most parody movies." I have played Lego Indiana Jones to its completion. I've played Lego Batman a bit, Lego Marvel Superheroes, Lego Jurassic Park. They're really fun, cute games. And Gobbledygook says, "Hey Rich, how do I get in on this Friday the 13th
I'm getting out of here.
action? I got the game and I'm on Steam if I can join your party. Otherwise, kiki ma ma ma." So somebody wants to join me. Yeah, shrimp are fun. They're cute. When I feed the fish, they come out. They've got all those wacky little swimmerettes and mouth legs and things. They're kind of shy, but they're fun and they're clear, so it's like you can see what's going on in the inside of them. What are you laughing at?
I left people to die to save my own ass.
Oh, you're laughing at me talking about shrimp. But yeah, up until we got this tank, I didn't know that like freshwater shrimp and tanks were a thing. But yeah, and sometimes they clean off the snail shell for them, which is cute.
What's chat said about
Rich
my being a
the
selfish
system.
jerk?
I missed the moment. Rich, you're such an asshole. No, these aren't brine shrimp. These are Amato
So there's some
shrimp,
graphical
Amato
glitches.
shrimp. These are like algae shrimp. But I guess like they need like brine to lay their eggs, so like kind of like salmon maybe, like part of their life they're in fresh water and part of their life they're in like brackish water, so there won't be any children.
Why is the game
just
still...
have to buy more of them when they go to that great whatever in the sky the shrimp go to.
I am encountering far more glitches here right now than I did the entirety of last night. This match should be over. It seems like everybody is either gone or dead.
They say, Rich, the guy who leaves everybody to die always dies in the end.
We all die in the end.
Stillwater. Shouldn't it say like Crystal Lake or something? I've had sea monkeys. I've heard of people I heard people suggest using sea monkeys as like live treats for your for your fish. Now what?
Now this should be over. This should be over. I want my credit for this victory. This is totally a freaking victory. Wow.
They changed the name to Stillwater to distance himself from Camp Crystal Lake. Well, that's what I was wondering. Or I was wondering if that was the name of like a cabin in Crystal Lake or something in the movies. Looks like I think I see the outline of somebody down there. A silhouette of a person.
There we go. It just took it a while.
You survived.
We have to wait, Rich. Yeah, no, I know you have to wait when you either die or escape, but you should be able to spectate other players. It wasn't letting me do that, implying that everybody was dead, escaped, or just quit the game, which means the match should end.
Camp Crystal Meth? Is that where everybody just kind of runs around and is paranoid and scratches holes in themselves?
Arguably more frightening.
Yeah. Yeah, there's actually no killer. Nothing's going on. Everybody's just walking around really paranoid and picking at their skin. They want to know if you've tried Slayaway Camp. They say it's kind of like Lego Friday the 13th. I'm not sure if that's a real thing.
No.
Although Slayaway sounds like a good parody of like layaway in like some kind of department store with murdering happening. Oh, do you get scout badges? Somebody said something about scout badges.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. Somebody should make like speaking of scout badges, they should make a Lumberjanes game. Lumberjanes is a
Karen,
comic book.
nobody but you knows what the fuck Lumberjanes is.
Lumberjanes is an awesome comic book. And I'll bet there's at least one person in this chat who's heard of it. It's like a crazy girl power Girl Scout camp kind of thing, except they're Lumberjanes, not Girl Scouts.
I wonder, do I have a working... Okay, this mic is not working in there, which is probably fine, because they would hear you too, and it would probably be unuseful.
Hoo-ha? Like Feeding Frenzy, the hit RLM movie. Disabled kid drowns because counselors are too busy doing drugs and screwing. Is he supposed to be handicapped, Jason?
He was.
Was he? What was wrong with him?
His brain...
Well, yeah, I mean before he drowned.
He was deformed and had some kind of mental handicap or something,
Okay.
I think.
Lumberjanes is a comic book. I think it's on Boom Comics, is the label or something. But it's like these girls are like in like a Girl Scout camp or something, but everything going on is constantly supernatural. There's time travel and dinosaurs and just mermaids and all kinds of weird shit. They want to know where Jack is when we need him to fix the mic clipping and change the game in chatty. Is there a problem with the game in chat thing, or?
Yeah, it's not a major one. We probably should. And after this round, I'll take a look at doing that.
Okay. About fixing the sound or about fixing the game?
Fixing the chatty thing. The sound, I'm not an audio guy. I don't know how to fix a clipping issue. I know the mics are plugged in. I know we're getting levels.
They say I'm Jane Packard.
Yeah.
Well, I've met Mrs. Packard, and I'm not Mrs. Packard.
Does Rich laugh like that at home, Karen?
Yes, he most certainly does. It
Do
is
you-
not fake.
Do you enjoy it?
Yes.
Oh,
except when
don't
it's-
you fucking bullshit me! You wince
Well,
every
here's-
time I
well,
laugh.
Here's the problem. You laugh at ear-splitting volume, and your head's usually next to mine when you let loose. And there's like no turning it down or turning it away or holding it in. It just comes roaring out at full blast right in my ear. Or it comes roaring out at full blast in a restaurant, and everybody's like staring like, who is this guy? Nice duck.
Thank you. Nice beaver.
No, Mrs. Packard doesn't wish she was married to Rich. Mrs. Packard and Mr. Packard get along very well. They're cute. They say to let your laugh flow. Don't ever watch Resident Evil with Rich. Rich Evans is Kevin Bacon? What? Is this character supposed to be Kevin Bacon? That preppy ass sweater kind of works, but the face doesn't.
I guess he kind of is. Alright, well, nothing.
They say the laugh must flow. Apparently that's like the spice must flow.
Do you understand a Dune reference?
Yes.
What?
Every time I understand
you
the
don't
reference,
know a Dune reference.
every time I understand the reference to something that he thinks I shouldn't, he looks at me like, "Where did you come up with that?" It's like, I have the internet. The internet's very educational when it comes to references to movies I haven't seen and books I haven't read.
This place been a ass place.
What was it the other day that I knew and you were like shocked?
I don't remember specifically.
But yes, the internet has taught me lots of pop culture references. Dune isn't obscure. Was Dune ever obscure? I mean, I thought it was a big thing in the 70s. Granted, I was, if it came out during the part of the 70s I was alive, I was a tiny, tiny, tiny kid. Chances are it came out in the other part of the 70s. Do I giggle when I see a meme of Rich on Reddit? I'm not on Reddit too much.
Do you see memes of me ever?
I don't, but I was watching, I think it was SciShow or something, or something like that, and then all of a sudden I heard Rich's voice go, "What?"
Well, that's not good.
It was like a clip of Rich, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And so of course I called him in and showed him. It's always a surprise when I see something of you in something where I'm utterly not expecting it.
Alright. Let me see that laptop real quick here.
Yeah, they stole Rich. Somebody borrowed Rich's voice. It was just like a, split-second clip of Rich going, "What?"
Or don't let me see the laptop.
Oh,
I mean, it's fine.
I'm sorry.
No,
I thought you were talking to yourself about the game.
Shows how much you listen to me.
Whatever.
Is there no... Oh, man. This thing is my enemy.
Well, you got a mouse right there. Just plug it in. I know you're like anti-trackpad. Not really sure why. They say you were a 50-year-old virgin on some site.
Yeah. They used my picture for some kind of sleazy ad.
They say you're their favorite Disney princess.
Oh, that's nice.
What does he wear as the Disney princess? Give him a little tutu.
Alright, there's that. I have no idea how to fix mic clipping.
Yeah, I'm not an audio person. The only thing I know how to do is move it further away or put it closer into my face.
I could turn us both down or something.
And usually they're busy sticking the mic halfway up my nose, trying to make me louder. You need Tommy Jarvis, I don't know who that is, a machete and the mom sweater.
For some reason, he's a character that means something in the Friday the 13th universe.
What happened?
Caligulalingus? That's different.
No, you can kill Jason in this game. It's just there's a lot of hoops you need to go through to do it. You need to knock his mask off. Tommy Jarvis needs to have the mask, and specifically a machete. Then one of the female survivors has to find Jason's cabin, grab his mother's sweater, put it on, distract Jason with the sweater after he's had his mask knocked off, and then Tommy Jarvis has to kill him with the machete.
Okay, so, what is Jason supposed to be? Because he was originally, I think...
Oh, they don't know!
I mean, is he a supernatural spirit? Is Jason in different sides? Is he... Is he occupying a
In the first
succession of
one-
different bodies in an act of like demonic possession?
In the first one, there was no Jason. The killer was the mother. It
Okay.
was Jason's mother. In the second one, it was just a Jason who, it turns out, actually survived and was a normal human being, although deformed, who saw his mother die in the first movie and wanted revenge.
Okay, he was a creature of flesh and bone.
For the first three movies, he was a creature of flesh and bone, even though he should have died from his injuries.
you would think,
He kept going until he actually got killed
or at least
in...
not been able to move from arthritis from his injuries or some shit.
Oh yeah, don't let me finish.
Go ahead. Don't let me stop you.
He actually died in the third one. Jason dies in the third one.
Okay.
And then in the fourth one, it's somebody pretending to be Jason, but not Jason. It's a copycat killer.
Okay.
And then in the fifth one, Tommy Jarvis, who was the one who killed Jason, it was Corey Haim when he was a kid. I think it was Corey. It was one of the Haims, one of the Coreys, played the
Corey
kid that
Haim,
killed.
Corey Feldman.
Yeah, only all grown up and played by a different actor. Dug up Jason's grave just to make sure he was dead. Stabbed him with some kind of pitchfork or pole, and then lightning struck the pole, and then Jason's body got up and came to life. And then ever since the fifth one, he's been a zombie man. And then I think in like the eighth or ninth one, they established that he would jump to different bodies, but nobody liked that movie, so it's not canon anymore.
Well, I mean, the idea that he's like possessing different bodies makes a little more sense. They say you got your facts
Which is wrong.
I don't know. But yeah, that's what I was wondering, whether he was a zombie or whether or not he was jumping bodies. Or maybe he's a robot. Some mad scientist making a Jason bot.
I was off by one movie. All right, so I'm mostly right, is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah,
was
Jason X, he is like
Killed
some
in
kind of
4,
weird metal
Copycat
thing.
in 5. Okay, I was off by one movie. Jesus, you
So it was fundamentally the right story, it's just...
anal sons of bitches.
Yeah, basically. Jason should have been in the RoboCop remake as a cyborg. That would have been silly.
She's the last survivor.
How have there been so many of these shitty movies? They're not all shitty. Jason X is pretty good. I enjoyed Jason X. We love premarital sex. Want to smoke some dope?
This is the one thing you like in that.
Seriously, that is like the best.
That movie is cheesy fun. I love it.
It is. X like 10? I don't know. I don't think it's a 10th.
Is what the 10th?
It says Jason X. I don't think the X is for 10.
It could be both.
It's possible.
I'm not sure.
I'm not an expert on Jason. Okay, Jason X is the 10th. I know when I was a kid, I was crazy about Texas Chainsaw Massacre too.
Yeah, 9 is Jason Goes to Hell, where they established the body hopping. Everyone hated it. Everyone ignored it.
What about Freddy vs. Jason? Where does that fit in number-wise?
That'd be the last one they made. Well, no, they made the remake. That'd be the 11th.
Okay. I recall liking it at the time. I saw that long enough ago that I was worried that they wouldn't let me in because I was under 17. Although they did.
Alright, the cops have arrived. Let's see if this... This is not me playing, by the way. I'm spectating. I died. And we're going to see if this woman, or this player, who might not actually be a woman in real life, can survive.
Oh, they're saying in 9th, Mortician ate Jason's heart and became Jason. Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, they did a lot of stupid things in the 9th.
Somebody said they saw Jaws when they were a kid, even though they were born 15 years later. Well, I mean, I saw Freddy versus Jason in the theater, in a second-run theater, but still, I mean, within a year of it having come out in a theater, and I know at the time, I remember that I was worried they wouldn't let me in because I was too young, so I know that came out a long time ago, because it's been a few years since I was, 16. And at the time, I looked like I was 16 going on 11.
Well, she survived. Jason did not have his shit together.
How'd you get out?
Jason versus Close Encounters of the Third Kind. How about Jason, like, walk toward the line? No, walk toward Jason, Caroline! I think they need like a mashup between Poltergeist and, or maybe like Jason and The Shining. Instead of like, here's Johnny, here's Jason.
I'm pretty dumb. I was right there using my abilities.
Is that supposed to be his mother's skull?
Yep.
Jason in Space. That's 10, I think.
Yes, that's X.
Jason in Space is awesome.
Sans Argonauts.
You camped out the whole time?
Somebody said they had to double check to make sure it wasn't Friday the 13th. No, it's Sunday the 28th.
Shocked they did not release this on a Friday the 13th. They could have waited till October. It would have been a slight delay. It probably would have helped sales.
Is there a Friday the 13th this October?
Yes.
Or is there a Friday the 13th before October this year?
No, it's October. It's in October. Is the Friday the 13th. That's when they don't always happen. They don't happen all the time.
No,
Friday
they don't.
the 13th.
So that's the next time.
Yep, October.
Okay, this year. Jason versus crippling diabetes. Jason versus the catheter cowboy. They said they could have made this game complete and playable by October.
It's playable. Yeah, no, it would have been smarter to wait. Yeah, iron out all of the bugs. They would have made more money just because of when they were selling it. Not only, the month and the proximity to Halloween, but, on Friday the 13th.
Well, the proximity to Halloween is pretty good. I don't know that on Friday the 13th would give it that much more sales.
It'd be cute.
It's starting to head toward the Christmas sales season, but it's too late for the summer kids are out of school looking for shit to do season. I don't know when, the peak time of year for video game sales are besides Christmas.
Battlefront and Destiny all release around that time? Oh, God. I have to imagine these games would have different audiences.
What game?
Destiny, Battlefront, multiplayer shooter for Battlefront, Destiny's MMO shooter.
Speaking of which,
bullshit.
I saw a game, and I saw just the title. There's a game called Solaris. Does it have anything to do with Lem's book?
To the best of my knowledge, no.
Damn. The new Omen was released on 6/6/2006? Really? I did not know that. It's kind of cool, though. I do know that, the Great Fire of London was in 1666. Which was a while ago, granted. That sweater doesn't, move. You expect it to, flop around or something.
Wait, Jason's nearby. There he is.
Oh, is it Stellaris? Is it Stellaris? I'm thinking of, I think it's Lum's book was Solaris. There was, an entire planet that was like one sentient being that could like change the form of its oceans and stuff, and it could also like bring back a simulacrum of like your dead relative.
Hold up.
Mind fuck you. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know who did the movie, but somebody did the movie. Stanislaus Lem is or something Lem. I think it's Stanislaus. Is the author. I think he was Polish. Okay, the game is Stellaris and the movie is Solaris. Okay, they're not the same anyway. Never mind.
Fairly fucked.
I'm sorry, how come everything's black and white? Is that because your health sucks?
It's because a lot of things sucks. The character is terrified. Is what that means, I believe.
Well, I can't blame him. Was Lem Russian? I thought he was Polish. He might have been Russian.
Actually, I think Jason's gone. I think I need to go back in here and find the bathroom. Maybe I can get some antiseptic spray for health.
You do that.
We're fucked. We're fucked.
I'd say you should urinate the fear away.
We're
You
fucked.
might be able to surprise Jason for a second if you just pee on him. Was peeing on him an option? I think you're dead.
Yeah, I know I'm dead.
When Jason Voorhees gets here, everybody's gonna wanna die. Come on, get killed. Come on and die. You'll not see nothing like this Jason guy. You say I should play around. You know, I'm really bad at this stuff, right? Like, comically bad at this stuff?
How do you feel about games that are in 3D, Rin?
Well, you know, this one
You can be honest.
you're mostly running in a straight line. I find that they give me motion sickness in any kind of
Right.
large amount.
Right.
I wonder if there's any advantage to having a flashlight.
I'm assuming it helps bring your fear down. Fear is a thing.
Is that like a booby cam?
Alright. I don't feel like waiting around. We're leaving.
The game.
If I... Why...
Have they ever made a game of Friday the 13th, the series?
I can't leave. It won't let me leave. Oh, alright.
As Rich knows, I'm a huge fan of Friday the 13th, the series, the one with the shop full of cursed antiques.
For some reason, playing this game here has been far buggier than it was playing it at home.
Are you playing different stages? Is it the hardware? The Sims, a slasher movie. I would have totally bought that expansion pack. Jason versus Ernest and the battle to save Christmas. I think the worst Christmas kids Christmas movie ever is The Glowworms Save Christmas. Everyone should watch it. It's horrible.
Jeez.
They're trying to melt Santa out of prison with the power of bioluminescence, which last time I checked was not a heat-generating sort of reaction.
Rich, do a private match? So all you assholes can watch the stream and cheat? Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Do I watch any of the RLM content? I've seen some of it. I'm a very big fan of Western or musical. The pyrite is alright by me. That's my favorite thing he's done. It's just too damn cute. Oh, Rich and I have common interests and stuff we like to do together, but I don't know that most of it overlaps too much with the Red Letter Media stuff.
Karen's not
That's
a bad
kinda
movie
Rich's
girl.
thing. Yeah.
You're not a movie person. You've never gone to the theater and not fallen asleep during a movie.
Yes, I have.
When?
A number of times.
When?
When was the last time I fell asleep during a movie?
You fell asleep last time we watched together. What was the last time we went to see Guardians 2? You started dozing off. I had to nudge you. I had to nudge you during
had to work
Guardians
early.
2.
And I fell asleep during the
Huge.
ballet thing I saw with Melanie and Gurney.
Would you say you are a huge Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan? Like a huge, giant Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan?
No, because if I say that, then people are going to expect me to remember absolutely every detail of absolutely every book.
She fell asleep in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy movie.
Not because I didn't like the movie or wasn't
She
interested.
fell asleep during it.
Wake up, Karen. We paid good money to see this trash panda. Yeah, pretty much. I think I saw that whole movie. I don't think I fell asleep during it, but I was just getting tired.
Ooh! We're Jason.
I enjoyed it well enough, The
They're out
Guardians.
there, Jason.
It was not like my new favorite
your
movie in the whole wide
revenge.
world, but it was worth the time.
Alright, Jason gets to teleport. It's where are these jerks?
No, I don't have narcolepsy. You know, you go to a movie theater, and let's think about this. I mean, there are always slow parts in movies. You're sitting in a comfortable reclining chair in a dark room. Oh, his skin's all ick.
Of course it is.
You hate those reclining chairs? I love those reclining chairs. Because, like, even, like, when they didn't have the reclining chairs, I used to always try to sit in the row that was, like, behind a railing so that I could put my feet up. And now it's, like, every row I can put my feet up. It's glorious. You fell asleep during the second Hobbit movie? The Hobbit movies... They're a little bit long, but oh my gosh, the Lord of the Rings movies, they are so long. I think I fell asleep for parts of all of them. And we saw them we watched them back to back to back. It wasn't with Rich though. It was with another person. They want to know if Jason has normal looking skin when you're not playing him. I don't know, why would he?
There's multiple Jasons in this game.
Really?
Look at this, look at this, look at this!
I was waiting for it. I knew it was going to come, that little twist.
Don't stop, Jason. They deserve to die.
Is that the
Make
voice
them
of his
suffer
mother?
like
Yep.
Why is she so fucked up?
Who? What?
Jason's mother? Why is she so fucked up?
Because
And, okay, I got another question. So, Jason is,
how about I kill people and you get... Okay, ask me the question.
well,
Sorry.
Jason's all determined to, kill camp counselors because he died because he was neglected by a camp counselor. But it sounds like his mother's fucking nuts.
Yes, she is! She was
so-
the killer in the first movie!
So why is she... Oh, so she's killing people because they let her
She's
son die?
dead! She gets beheaded in the first movie.
But I'm just, wondering, why Jason isn't going around killing his mother, or trying to kill his mother, or trying to kill people who remind him of his mother, and leaving the fucking camp counselors alone.
Why would he do that again?
Because she wasn't very nice?
She was fine to him!
Are you sure? Look at him.
Look, he's fucked up because of the counselors.
I'll tell you, this is a much more detailed camp room than the frickin' NES version. You know, they put knobs on those doors for a reason.
Yeah.
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 You could, turn it and...
Hold on, I'm gonna Evil Dead this a bit.
Evil Dead this a bit?
Yep.
And what exactly does that mean?
Oh, Karen. Nope, I see it.
Read the chat, please. I am reading the chat for the most part.
Yeah! Get
His mom
it!
killed
Yeah!
people because Jason killed people because his mom died.
stop Jason. They deserve to die. Make them suffer like we did.
Okay, so say she's super protective of her son, not abusive. I don't know. I mean, like, she's
This is
like
Evil Dead
corrupting a
again.
minor. She's like making him kill people. And how is making your son kill people not corrupting a minor? Did Jack become a woman? I have no idea what Jack has done since last time I saw him, but I'm not Jack. And I suspect...
Nice shot, jackass!
I suspect when Jack comes here, Jack will still be Jack.
Don't let them.
No, I'm not replacing Jack. Jack is irreplaceable. Oh, weird. We're like looking at his
Don't
insides.
stop Jason. They deserve to die. Make them suffer like we did.
Yes, Drunken Weasel. Jason and the Oedipus Complex. We gotcha. Is that a pop machine?
Possibly. This is a campground. Not a home.
Pamela Voorhees thought he had died, went insane, started to killing to avenge Jason. Jason turned out he was alive. So it's all just a big misunderstanding. Beamster something subscribed for 20 months in a row and said it's getting serious. They want to know if you'll, I guess if you'll marry him? I don't know. He's already spoken for.
Get up, Jason. Find them. Kill them.
So is he haunted? Is he psychotic and he's hearing her voice?
The producers just wanted a big guy who would kill teenagers. They didn't think about any of this. You're trying to make sense out of something that by design or by lack of design makes absolutely no sense.
That's what fan fiction is for.
You keep asking questions, goddammit, and there are no answers. Nobody knows.
But I can speculate. I want to speculate on what the answers might be. I mean, there are whole fan fiction books written that are pure speculation.
Yeah, can you help me do that?
They said you should check the lockers, but I don't see any lockers anymore.
Can I kill someone for you?
How does Freddy kill people in their dreams? These are legitimate questions. How does Freddy turn people into, like, giant flies in a roach motel or something? Some weird shit going on in the fourth one.
Yo.
They want to know if this is on the PS4. This is on the PC, isn't it?
Yeah.
It may be available for the PS4, I don't know. But this is currently being played on a PC. It might be available for other platforms.
Yes. Kill for mother.
You like that, asshole?
On everything but Switch. Well, yeah. It's Nintendo. What's like the most R-rated sort of game that...
The most R-rated sort of game is, hold on, I'm killing teenagers.
No, I mean on the Switch. And do they even do games that have like violence and stuff? Like real violence?
Jason. They deserve to die.
Snipper
Make them
clippers.
suffer like we
I like snipper clippers. Even though it sounds like a euphemism for circumcision or something. They want to know why you're not impaling people with your pike.
That option didn't, Wait, hold on.
It ought to be an option.
Oh, it is. I just didn't see the highlighter thing for it to come up.
Kazmi? Ow. Uh-oh. Is he deaf? For someone who's, like, ready to die and screaming and stuff, he wasn't moving much.
You cannot die. You can never die.
I don't think they're crazy about this game.
Well, who's crazy about anything?
What's that say?
Here you go. Here you go.
Get him. Ooh. Ow. You made your mama happy.
Kill for
Did I get them all?
Nope. 6 of 8. That's not 8 of 8.
6 of 8? 2 people got out. Well, fuck me.
mommy.
Hey, Rich and Karen. Glad to see you streaming together. Can Rich kill just one counselor as Plinkett? All the best. Says William Mister.
Ah, it's too late, motherfucker. Crap. No survivors. People might have left the match, but it said no survivors. No one.
Oh, well. Pekanak?
So far, I have killed all of the teenagers as Jason, and I have escaped as a counselor. I'm doing pretty good.
They say you're a good murderer.
Thank you.
Yeah, the highlight of this was when you stuck the pike through that guy's eye. Really. They made it for me. Am I cosplaying as you right now? How does that work?
We're wearing hats, and I guess you're wearing a sweatshirt kind of thing. I don't know.
Oh,
You're being jerks.
okay. Maybe. I was thinking of wearing my brewer's hat that had like the little rich pin on it. Because nothing says love like wearing a grotesque caricature of your honey.
Yes, the highlight is when I drove away and left everyone else to die. That is correct. Look, Jason was right there. He was about to murder that guy. He was distracted.
I don't have a Spider-Man shirt on underneath. I just have a gray shirt. Do we have couples hats? We have couples shirts.
Yeah, we both have Thunderbolts hats. It's not because we're a couple, though. It's because
We both have White Sox hats, but that's...
They're different hats, though. They're not the same.
Right. I don't think we have any hats that are both identical.
The Thunderbolts one, but that's like the team cap. And we
Yeah, it's the one that's like the regular official team cap. But we do have matching Batman shirts. I think that's about it, though. I don't know. I didn't know I was going to be on here, and it was like, oh, yeah, why not? So this is what I was wearing. This is what I wear to go to get fast food, and what else did we do? Hit a couple stores. Can we wear matching jumpsuits next stream? I don't own a jumpsuit. I don't think he does either. Matching on with stupid shirts? We could wear matching I'm with stupid shirts and we could stand on the wrong side of each other. That would be fun.
Yep.
Big blue front end says, screw this crappy game, I want to talk about Pac-Man. Is there a new Pac-Man out?
No.
Well, then why do we want to talk about Pac-Man?
I don't know.
They want to know if they can get Jack to dress like a clown next stream.
No.
I don't think so. That was a special.
You'll have to ask Jack about that. I have very little control. I will say, though, if you donate $1,000, I will guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yo, he's over there somewhere.
Yeah, for enough money, Jack will be a clownstitute. Pay Jack enough money and he will dress as a clown. He won't do other things, but he'll dress as a clown. I've seen the Jack Clown stream, and that was good.
What Jack Clown stream? What are you talking about?
Exactly. They say you should save your facial hair and look at both of our reflections and see if you can figure out which is which.
Dude, don't be a dick!
I think it's a little easier than that. I think Hackbot is like my favorite character here. Hackbot says, "Oh my god!" I am not Rich's sister. Because that would be creepy.
Yeah. Life's full of creepy. You know.
That gun looks like I used to have like a little
It's a flare
gun
gun.
when I was a kid that had like you could shoot suction cups out of the end of it. Little suction cup darts. The only thing they stuck to was my fridge.
Alright, so I was unfortunate enough to find Jason right away. I am poorly armed.
Am I going to have a discussion with Hackbot again? I might.
And the areas are already looted.
Why is everybody in this game wearing plaid?
Because fuck you, kid.
It's Karen. Asian Riot. Why the hell are they carrying flare guns? Who are they supposed to summon with them?
You shoot them at Jason and it distracts him and you can get away. In theory.
Okay. They're lumbersexuals? I think they might be. I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Is there ever anything interesting in these cabinets?
Yes.
Like what?
Keys to the car. Knife to stab Jason with so you can get away if he grabs you. That's pretty important.
Can you play the piano?
No. Nor would I want to.
Why didn't he just stick the flare gun in his pocket and pick up the knife too?
Because it's a video game.
Can Rich play an instrument?
No.
Not that I know of. Neither can I. I want to know why you can't push furniture in front of the doors.
Because it's a video game and that's not a mechanic they designed for it.
They want to know if non-Jason characters can kill one another.
I believe they can. I've heard about this. I've not seen it.
They say you can play the chat like a goddamn orchestra.
Okay.
And that your instrument is your sonorous voice.
Looted. Saying her? Shit.
I don't want to know why you run so slow. I want to know why you kind of like bounce.
I bounce?
Yeah, you like bonk, 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 bonk.
That was just running.
Trail running, la 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 la. Trail running, fa la 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 la. Sneaky, sneaky. Flat Rock Camp.
Yep.
How bland.
To find a phone and call the police or something. I have no avenue of escape right now. This is very bad.
I was so depressed. I went on the internet. I told you about this, Rich, right? The place where I went to summer camp when I was a kid, it like got bulldozed
I'm sorry.
and sold to developers. It's not there anymore.
I'm very sorry.
Serious metal detecting is looking better these days. How do I treat sunburns? Is that some kind of joke? Little aloe's nice. A rag with soaked in cool water. Some of that Nivea lotion. They said the musical string notes have nothing to do with what's actually happening.
Supposedly they play when Jason is nearby.
I mean, that would make sense. How can you have summer camp with no lake? That's a very good question. I don't see any arts and crafts. See like one bed here and there. I mean, usually kids in camps, there's like 27 of them to a room. I don't see any clothes. I don't see any chipmunks. I don't see any bats flying around and people freaking out.
What happened?
This is a shitty summer camp. Where are the campers? Where are the kids? Is this like a camp for kids who are trying to ungay themselves or something? I mean, like, it's just a bunch of young men and like post-pubescent young men. There's like no campers. I don't seem too concerned that Rich is about to be murdered by an imaginary zombie man. Nah. Not really. I think the kids are probably absent somewhat from the movies just because, like the really young children, you have to like jump through hoops and get them tutors and control their hours, working hours and stuff. And kids are just expensive and a pain in the butt probably on set. Whereas like adults, you can work them like animals if you want. They want to know if you've seen the movie Brokeback Mountain.
No.
I haven't. It sounds like a good movie. I know it was well thought of or reviewed or whatever.
Great. That's Jason's cabin.
I think it wants some kind of award or something.
Any good.
Kids are expensive pains in the butt offset too. They can be. They're not cheap.
Yep.
Stretch those hamstrings. So you died because of a pulled hamstring?
Yes.
He bravely ran away. When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail and fled. Grave Sir Richard ran about, and gallantly he chickened out. 3 marlets. Let's see now. He said he went to the New Jersey Renaissance Fair yesterday. Turkey legs, jousting, beer tent, ridiculously overpriced wares. What do you think of Ren fairs? Have you ever been to one?
Yes.
Yes, we have. It's more my thing than Rich's.
Yeah, though enjoyment depends on who you're going with.
Yeah. I dragged Rich to one last year. I don't know if we'll get there together this year or not. Usually I end up going with my girlfriends, you know.
We've gone a few times with people we know who will remain unnamed. A bunch of self-absorbed, boring...
No, last year we went with a friend of mine who I would not call
Not
self-absorbed or boring.
talking about that trip. Just about years before, and they want to go to the shops. They spend all this time walking around the shops looking at these fucking, like, pewter dragons, and there's a fucking guy on a fucking tightrope juggling flaming bowling pins.
Mooney and Brune!
Why the fuck are with these boring jerks?
They want to know about the guy who shat. You told them about the guy who shat himself?
Yeah, I did.
It wasn't just that he shat himself, it's that everybody else walked through it like 1,000 people.
We have to, let's fully talk about one subject first. You don't have anything more to say about the Ren Fair?
I love the Ren Fair. I think it's just a lot of fun watching all the people walk around in their silly little costumes. And
the one time we went, I pulled you aside, I said, let's ditch these idiots. And for the first time ever, I had a good time at the Ren Fair.
Well, because we went to the different shows, and they were good shows.
All right, now you can talk about the guy who shit himself at the baseball game.
Moon and Bruni are fun.
I'm doing this right.
Oh, the guy who shit himself at the baseball game. Yeah, there was a. Well, I mean, I think he was probably special needs or something. But we looked at him and and he's walking funny, and then we realized turds were falling out.
Look at this shit!
And then right at that moment, they let the baseball game out, and nobody seemed to notice that they were walking through it, which was just horrific.
Was this some kind of special needs guy? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't help it. He didn't know what was going on, but the fact that everybody was walking through it was kind of appalling.
Oh, you hit the rock! What are you doing? You're gonna get her? You're gonna get everyone killed?
They said clipping means the sound is horribly distorted once the person speaking gets louder.
Uh-oh!
Yeah, turds were falling out. I mean, if this...
Somebody couldn't drive!
More than an occasional problem for him, a diaper might have been a good idea. Can you hit Jason with a car?
No, he'll fuck up your car.
Well, that's not cool.
He's going after the car. Let's see what Jason does. Is he going to pop up right in front of them?
Why are there, like, boxes?
They're on the main road. I think they're safe. I don't know that Jason can teleport here.
They said the car physics are appallingly bad. There's like a
there we
jittery shaking thing going. Why is he wearing a...
This is what he wore in the second one.
Was it really?
Yep.
I don't know which ones I've seen and which ones I haven't. I know I've seen at least 3 or 4 of them.
Alright, if this lady's smart, while Jason is distracted, she will start the car and leave, but she's not smart.
So when did he get the hockey mask?
Third one.
Okay. All set. Time to get out of here. Ugh. 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 Ugh.
No, he didn't. He didn't pull it off. He fucked it up. They got out. They got out.
So you're Jason right now.
No, I'm nobody. I'm dead. I'm just watching. That was some excitement, though.
They want to know if we watched Son of Svengoolie on WFLD.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I definitely watched that. I didn't realize until fairly later that it was a local thing and that it wasn't national.
It is now.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't then. Speaking of things that they need to bring back that were local, the Bozo Show. The Bozo Show needs to come back. I know that was in a couple of different markets with different Bozos, but it needs to come back and be syndicated or whatever.
I may have missed a rule, but what keeps you from beelining it to the exit when there are 7 players to distract him? You can't just walk out. You have to take a car out. You can only walk out if the cops have been called. Once the cops arrive, you can walk out.
Billy Corgan sang Bozo off? Wow.
So you have to repair the car, one of the cars, or repair a boat.
Is it a rowboat or a motorboat?
That one will
It's
kill you.
a motorboat.
Mommy is proud of you, Jason. But it's time to come home now.
They want to know if you can even harm Jason.
Yes, though it's this really convoluted process to kill Jason. It's not just doing enough damage. Otherwise, you can stun him to get away. You can swing a bat or a board at him, and it might stun him, and it might not stun him.
They want to know if Jason teleports.
Yes.
And how are you supposed to avoid him if he just teleports next to you?
Well, when you teleport, you're looking at the map, not necessarily where the players are. So your odds of teleporting right next to somebody are low. He does have that quick move thing, but it's hard to just land right next to somebody to grab them. It's finickier than that. And yes, Jason's powers are on a cooldown. And you don't start with them all. He gets more and more powers as time in the game goes by. Or possibly as you get kills. I'm not sure what
They want to know
hastens
what,
what?
they want to know what your favorite soda is.
I don't really have a favorite soda. I don't. I used to like the generic stuff they had. That was cheap. It was fine.
The white box that just said cola at Walmart was pretty good.
Yeah.
I like Diet Right. And Diet Dr. Thunder. Pepsi's fine. Diet Pepsi. I've just gotten used to drinking diet, so now regular tastes syrupy.
Ching chong, ching chong, ling long, ping pong. Go play on your own server.
Well, some of the Fancy Jones sodas are interesting. There was one that was like grapefruit and candy or something. I don't know what it was supposed to be flavored like, but they had it here, and I was the only one who liked it. Rich is like regular cola guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't get too adventurous. Root beer too. He likes root beer. Halloween sodas from Sam's Club. I haven't tried those. They sound like they might be good.
Nope, no, get out of here. I don't want... Go back to the game.
But now Walmart just has the Sam's Cola, which kind of sucks. They don't have the one that was in the blue and white and red box anymore. Mineral water? Hey, if you like it, enjoy. Is this exclusively online? What's that mean?
There's going to be a single-player component sometime this summer.
Oh.
But for now, it's exclusively online.
I also want to know if the server's in Antarctica.
I'm kind of enjoying it.
Penny, I'm sure we'd all be better off if we only drank water. I mean, unless we're like drinking water out of the tap in like Flint or something. I mean, water is better for you, but I do like my pop. And it's pop, not soda. Am I your girlfriend?
How do you respond to that?
I'm his fiance.
For over a year now, Little
Yeah, I
Miss
know.
needs to get her shit together.
I know. I gotta get my ass. I gotta get my ass busy and plan it.
I'm starting to get him like embarrassed. Like, yeah, she's my fiance. I know I said that 2 years ago, but she's my fiance.
Yes, girlfriend plus.
Most people who hear that would assume it's the guy who's kind of being a jerk. Yeah, we'll get married someday.
No, nothing like that.
I know, but I always worry that's what people think.
I know. What's pop? You know, bubbly stuff in a can. Will Jack be our wedding DJ? Oh, lordy. I don't plan to have anything that's, like, big enough to need a wedding DJ. Just low-key. It's only 1 to 3 states that use pop. Yeah, but we're from Illinois, and that's kind of one of them. What's a bubbler? That's a Milwaukee thing.
That's the dumbest thing ever, is what a bubbler is.
Yeah, it's a water fountain where I grew up.
There are no bubbles.
There aren't. How did we meet? Well, the first place we actually ever met each other was gym class sophomore year, but we didn't really get to know we although we had some of this. There was an overlap in our friends. We didn't really. We liked each other well enough, but we didn't know each other very well until we ended up going to the same community college. And then we got to know each other. Yeah, sophomore year of high school is the first time we met each other. The blue prism. I think it's just the calling water fountains bubblers is like specifically a Milwaukee thing. Although, for goodness sakes, they might do it in Madison too. I don't know. Yeah. Who knows what they call it in Madison? They're all hipsters.
Gas.
No, not really.
Alright, we need car keys.
But yeah, I've always called it a water fountain. Is Mike going to be the best man? If we do it with a best man, I mean, probably just going to be pretty low-key. They say Mike is the worst man. Like, best of the worst. You can be the best of the worst man.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Don't you worry.
Okay. The Blue Prism says in Madison they call it a water fountain. Yeah, I think most people call it a water fountain, except for people from Milwaukee. But neither Rich nor I is originally from Milwaukee. Although we like it up here.
Alright. Car.
They said, so the wedding can't be on a Sunday or a Wednesday, right? Oh, I don't know. I'm sure we could take a day off. Oh, in Australia they call them bubblers. Well, maybe some Australian person moved up here or something. It's not a Milwaukee thing, it's an East Coast thing. It's a Milwaukee thing too, though, I think. It might be an East Coast thing as well.
We're not doing the car, we're doing the boat. Yeah, we don't have keys. We're doing the boat. Are we headed the right way for the boat?
I think they all release a stream when you press a button. I think that's kind of how all water fountains work that I've ever seen. Some of them you have to, like, twist a knob.
Let Jason kill all those schmucks around the car.
I'm just looking at the physics of his jacket. Like, it doesn't go anywhere, and it's, like, weird and flat and capey. Well,
We
people
are-
who spit their gum in water fountain need to be spanked. Unless they like it. Milwaukee should be its own state. Its own state of mind. I don't know, but Wisconsin has like an odd amount of state pride. Like Illinois doesn't have any. I mean, maybe the rest of the states do. They say you're cold-blooded.
Survival.
Have I heard of a Mountain Dew flavor called Dew SA? Is that some kind of joke or something? No. Although there's like a new Pepsi, like cinnamon, and I hope they have a diet version because I really want to try it. Yeah, Illinois is the land of Lincoln, or the Prairie State. 4 states, liquid solid gas in Milwaukee. And plasma. Oh yeah, Illinois has got more corrupt governors than anybody. Like, ever. It's astonishing. It really is. And when Blagojevich was going into prison, remember that? Did you see the footage when Rod Blagojevich, the Illinois governor, was going into prison for corruption, and he was like shaking hands and signing autographs and acting like nothing was wrong? It's just freaky.
Fantastic, fantastic. Alright, we need to find the propeller. Alright, he's going after that person.
Chicago was infamous for decades of extremely corrupt and destructive prisons. It's also still famous for Prohibition area mobsters. It's kind of crazy how people remember that so much. They want to know if you talk to any of your teammates.
If you have a mic, you can.
Actually, speaking of Chicago, I'm totally looking forward to. They're going to be doing a movie version of The Devil in the White City, which is about a serial killer who operated during the Columbian Exposition, the 1893 World's Fair. And it's gonna, have like CGI reconstructions of H.H. Holmes, the CGI reconstructions of the World's Fair, which just sounds awesome. They want to know if you hate Wisconsin more or less compared to when you moved
Wisconsin
here.
is fine. Wisconsin is freaking fine.
Yeah, I've never had a problem with Wisconsin. It's slightly colder, but only slightly. And Chicago's got shitty winters. I like that it's like Milwaukee is way more accessible than Chicago, because I was living like 25 miles out from downtown, and now it's
Oh my god.
just a lot easier to go and do stuff. Yesterday we were up by the lakefront and it was gorgeous. See if I can make Rich snap before Jack gets here. Hey, Rich? Rich? Hey, who drew that Doctor Strange on your shirt?
Fuck you.
They say he's on you, Rich.
I know he
How
is.
fine is Wisconsin? No, Wisconsin is
Look, this is my only shot.
a lot like Northern Illinois. Except a bit cheaper. And slightly colder. I don't feel like there's any kind of culture shock or anything moving 100 miles north. Which there might be if, like, I moved to Texas or something. Yes, Chicago has better pizza than Wisconsin, but we had DiMarino's pizza yesterday for the first time, and it wasn't bad. I still liked my deep dish, and this wasn't that, but as thin crust goes, it was not bad. Yeah, Chicago's not far at all. I mean, my peeps are all the way south of the city, and that's only 100 miles. Chicago pizza is not an abomination. Chicago pizza is glorious. Chicago pizza is casserole. I've heard that before, and I tend to agree, but God, is it good casserole. I mean, they say that like it's a bad thing. Deep dish pizza is glorious. Get some Lou Malnati's or Pizzeria Uno, Chicago Dough Company, Giordano's. Lots of good deep dish down there.
What happened?
Have I seen Sherlock, or do I watch Sherlock? I've seen a couple episodes. It seems like something I would like. I just never got around to watching too much. My thoughts on Portillo's? Well, the hot dogs are overpriced, but some of the other stuff is good. They've got the one in Tinley Park has some really good grilled vegetable sandwiches. And their tuna, a couple places have tuna sandwiches that are like tuna steak kind of thing, and they're good. Deep dish hot dog pizza? It just sounds gross. Chicago food is terrible. Them's fighting words. The only one who would say that is somebody from New York. And New York pizza is fine too. It's just a totally different beast. They say I should take a sexy 25-question accent quiz. We might look into that, but not right this second. Have I ever tried Domino's? Oh God, did you tell them about that? Have you ever tried Domino's? The best thing about that manager at the store where Rich and I used to work, who seemed to think that Domino's was the be-all and end-all of pizza, is that he had a very unusual kind of way of talking, and the co-manager could imitate it perfectly. And when it was his day off, the co-manager would get on the intercom, and he'd imitate him, and he sounded just like him, but in a slightly different voice, and you know it was the co-manager, and it was like totally badass. Mulberry's Pizza in Los Angeles. The only thing I know about California pizza is that they like to put ham and bacon on it, which is a little bit suspect. But, I mean, there might be some great... I've never been to California. I mean, they might have great pizza, for all I know. They're not really known for it.
If somebody's saying who came from there is saying Domino's is good pizza,
well, this guy's mentioning something else and saying that they're good, and I'm gonna say I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. They might be great.
Picked up your gun.
But yes, the fact that this guy said that Domino's was good pizza kind of made me wonder. You like my impression of the manager? What do you think, Rich? Does it sound about right?
It's pretty good.
I mean, it's been a few years since I've talked to him. He was like one of those guys who was like kind of like an adult child. Like he'd had a very privileged kind of existence. And we used to joke that he was going to call the call manager in and make him shake his dick for him when he was done peeing. But this wasn't the call manager that made fun out of him. I mean, it was like musical call managers. They want to know if you're trolling Jason.
I'm not playing. I'm dead.
So you're just...
This person who is playing... See that timer up there? She's trying to draw the game. She's trying to time it out.
Okay. You know, run the clock or whatever.
She's trying to run the clock. And it's not going to work.
This one says they managed a Domino's and the coworkers didn't care if they made a horrible quality product. Well, the thing about Domino's is I never got the impression that they had wonderful quality ingredients. Like, I'm not sure if it's possible to make a good pizza out of what they give you at Domino's.
这个屌人跟我绕了整整3分钟，真的惨，我操！
Come to mommy, Jason.
Pizza Hut is
我
shit.
就问他累不累？
Pizza Hut is not my favorite. At least, it's probably been 5 years since I've had
屌
them.
人跟我绕了3分钟，
But I was not
我的天
impressed. Domino's and Little Caesars actually has pretty good garlic cheese bread. When that's fresh, that's actually really good. So, say if you're going to Little Caesars, just skip the pizza entirely.
哇，真的。
You gonna play this in Chinese or Korean or something?
No, people from anywhere can play this game.
Okay,
我这边不是100多。
well, that makes sense.
Let's see if I can find a server where people speak English.
Is it possible to fuck up garlic cheese bread? I hope not. The garlic cheese bread at DiMarino's or DiMarini's or DiMarino's or whatever the heck it was pretty darn good. Just had horse penis for instant hot dogs and Chinese people. Dan Marino's. No, it's like I think it's called D Marino's. I know it's a pizza place. We tried it yesterday. I agree with you, Animus Prime. Local pizza generally is the best. Oh, and I forgot Beggars. Beggars has good pizza in Chicago. I don't know if Rich agrees with me. He's not as crazy about it as I am. And Beggars is more the thin crust than the deep dish Chicago style. Although I think they do deep dish, but they're not known for it. Hungry Howie's? I've never heard of them. I know we went to the Rocky Rococo's by the airport a few months ago.
I know around here,
And I was not impressed.
people seem to like classic slice.
I don't know if
Or
I've had
classic
them.
slices. No, you haven't.
You see Toppers a lot, and Toppers kind of reminds me of like the Little Caesars Domino's kind of chain pizza with
All right.
a crazy ass selection of toppings.
All right, who would play
Pizza
as?
in Florida, I'm skeptical. I don't know. I found like in Kentucky and Tennessee is some of the worst pizza I've ever had. Some of it is horrible. There may be good pizza in Kentucky, but the worst pizza I've ever had has been in Kentucky and Tennessee.
Jason seems to like checking this building out.
Oh, another one that's good, mostly in like central Illinois, is Monocle's. Nice crunchy thin crust.
Yeah.
Oh, someone just did mention Monocle's. Yeah. That's odd. I was just thinking about that. Len, I actually, unless I read that out of the corner of my eye subconsciously. Unfortunately, as far as I know, the furthest north Monocle's is Kankakee, Illinois, which is a good way south of Chicago and a long way south of Milwaukee. Papa John's is headquartered in Kentucky. Is that where that guy has his giant, crazy-ass mansion? The worst pizza they ever had was in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. They make it all on their own and all of it is awful. The worst pizza I've ever had was Mr. Gaddy's in Tennessee. But that was a while ago and they may not even be open anymore. Heck, they could have the best pizza by now. It was, like 20 years ago, but I still remember it was uniquely awful.
Alright. Keys are important.
There's also in the south suburbs of Chicago. There's a little chain called Nana's Pizza that's really good, and really cheap. It's by the slice, but the slices are enormous. And they make their crust and stuff right there. Mr. Gaddy's in Texas is awesome.
Lady, please.
Yeah, the one in Tennessee, the one I tried was just terrible. The weirdest pizza you ever had was in South Korea. The weirdest pizza I ever had was in Austria. We ordered cheese pizza and it was blue cheese, which was not at all what we were expecting.
So pizzas exist.
Yeah. And somebody said they moved Chicago to Tennessee and they've never been able to stomach the pizza there. Yeah, I haven't tried a lot of pizzas in the South, but the worst pizzas I've had have been in the South. And they always say that they're authentic Chicago style, and it's like, they're not authentic anywhere style. Pizza in Poland where they put raisins on it, that might be good. I could see like a little bit of sweetness there. I mean, pineapple works on pizza. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, and I would have thought it was terrible until I tried it, but I like it. Corn-feed chicken. Mexico. How could one fruit make so many people butthurt? I don't know. Squid on pizza? Well, squid's pretty good. They used to have like a thing at a store I used to work in Illinois where it was like some kind of seafood medley. It had like little bits of squid and octopus and I don't know what all. It was just parts, but it was pretty good. I could see that on pizza. Spam is big in Hawaii. Spam is kind of grisly though. Oh, deep fried squid? You mean like calamari? Oh, that's good, yeah. But I don't know about calamari on pizza. It'll probably get soggy.
Oh my god. Nobody gives a shit about the pizza.
We could talk about something else.
What else we got?
I don't know. What else do we have? We've already talked about Jason. This woman's utter lack of jiggle physics. This one ugly ass broom.
Alright.
They talk about Stromboli, calzones. Oh, calzones are good.
There's an other.
Rich's scariest fan encounter? I don't know what Rich's scariest fan encounter is. Does Rich?
If they want us, I hinted at the thing that happened. I'm not talking about it.
Ah, okay.
And I have good reason not to talk about it. And you know I have good reason not to talk about it. So stop asking me about it.
Okay. What is my favorite superhero heroine? Pretty darn fond of Squirrel Girl.
Alright, there is another car, right? I'm not going by the one that Jason keeps hanging around. Another car around your...
The guy who punched him in the face. Yeah, we can make that really short and sweet. That's basically... he
going the wrong way! Going the wrong...
Got all nervous, fell all over himself, and tapped Rich on the head. But not hard.
Hard enough to be uncomfortable. Not hard enough to be like a punch!
Yeah, because he wasn't trying to do that. He was just falling all over himself.
Unless he was like the world's weakest man.
It's possible. They want to know where the bald one is.
I don't know. He'll be around sooner or later, or he won't.
Yeah. He's got kids. He's probably watching them. If his wife has been held up at work or something, then she'll be late and he'll be late. They say we sold them to white slavers.
That's fantastic.
kind of car is that? Was that like a like a gremlin or something? Maverick? It's not quite a gremlin because they've got like a weird little
I know. I need
point
a
at
car
the
battery.
roof
That's
part.
all I know.
Yeah, gremlin. It's a kind of car. Well, it's not a Nova. My parents had a Nova in the 80s.
It actually worked.
It was ugly. The Chevette, maybe. Yeah, the gremlin had like a kind of like a weird little corner at the top of the roof. Like where the hatch and the roof part came together.
Hold up. Hold up.
Escort. That might be an Escort. Man, it's been a long time since I've seen an Escort. Rich had an Escort about 20 years ago. Long gone now. It's a good little car, though. Chevy Citation. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really a car person. It's definitely a tiny one, and it's definitely like an 80s looking one. 86 Escort? That probably sounds about right.
Oh, I got stuck on the ground.
Rich, what is your opinion of the popular television situational comedy known as Cheers?
My opinion is fuck off.
Have you ever binge-watched all 11 seasons on Netflix? If you were Sam, would you pick Diane, Rebecca?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Slam my fingers
I
in the
didn't mean to
laptop.
slam your fingers in the laptop.
Also, I don't think the screen is working anymore. What did you do to it?
I closed it.
But my fingers were in there, and I think you broke it. Did you turn it off or something?
You hit the button to turn on. You know what an electronic device is.
I don't see a power button. Where's the power button? On the side or something?
Here, let me see it.
Well, I mean, mine's got it up. My Chromebook has it on
Right
the
here.
upper right.
It's right here.
Okay.
There.
Okay. Well, I was worried I broke it because, like, literally my hand was in there and my hand, like, punched into the screen because you slammed it on my fingers. I know. Someone call 911. My little thing. Kiss it and make it better. Kiss it and make it better. Thank you. Oh. Oh. Oh, I've got a stain on my pants. Oh. My fingers are okay. He's strong. Kick him in the balls. Kick him in the balls. Kick him in the balls. So are you going to answer the Cheers question or not?
I don't give a shit about the Cheers question. Fuck Cheers.
Is that the same guy as before with a different color sweater?
Yeah. Do I feel like this game is worth 40? I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm enjoying it, though.
Who wears a pink sweater and green pants?
Some asshole in the 80s. See if I can find out what's going on with Jack.
Oh, you're going to trade me in? You want to get rid of me? Is that how it works? You didn't answer the question about Cheers.
Do you think I listened to one word of that question?
They
One
want to know what
fucking
your
word.
opinion
Do you
of
think I
Cheers
heard
is.
one fucking word
Have you
other
ever
than Cheers?
binge watched
No!
all 11 seasons?
No!
If you were Sam, would you pick Diane, Rebecca, or Carla?
Ah!
I'd pick Carla if I were you. I mean, Carla didn't take any shit. How old is Rich? Old enough to know better?
Richest bend of the South. Damn right I am! I got screwed by some person who didn't know how to drive the car properly. Didn't know that Jason could teleport in front of the car, wasn't being careful. It's not good.
So you think for Cheers, like, they wanted the Piano Man, but the rights cost too much, so they went with that, you wanna go where everybody knows your name. And they're always glad you came. Huh?
Is this guy just gonna troll Jason? What are you waiting for?
There's the cop. Why don't you run over by the cop and get him to...
I'm dead!
Well, then how come you're running around with your PK?
I'm not running around! That's someone else! Do you not know how games work?
Most games I know, when you're dead, you're dead. You're not going around watching everybody else.
Come home, sweetie.
So, Diane, Rebecca, or Carla?
Diane! Wait, no, Diane was... the blonde?
Diane was like Sam's love interest.
The Rebecca.
And Carla was the...
Rebecca was Christy Alley, right?
I think so.
We're going with Christy Alley.
Carla was like the petite, curly, dark-haired, no-nonsense lady. They want to know if you ever watched Becker with Ted Danson.
No.
Was that the show where he's the doctor? Because that show was not bad. My dad watches that.
And, what's her face? The other one, the waitress? What were their names again? Diane, Rebecca, and
Carla.
She was married. She was married to Danny... she was married to Danny DeVito in real life. He didn't have, like, a guest star appearance. She was married to somebody in the show who you didn't ever really see.
I don't know. I like Norm the Mailman.
Yeah.
He was cool. And Frasier. Everybody liked Frasier. Which is probably why he ended up with a different show. The easiest way to ask Rich's age is to ask how old he was when Star Wars came out. Well, yeah, you ask anything that's any particular year and you ask how old somebody was. Then you math works like that. I don't know if Rich was even born when Star Wars came out, actually. Probably not.
We'll do Vanquish in a bit. There's no rush in Vanquish. Look, I'm gonna be Vanquish streams. Lord knows how many. I've already streamed it multiple times.
Has anyone seen Wonder Woman yet? Is that out? When are they going to do Black Widow?
How do you feel about Wonder Woman? Are you interested in Wonder Woman? Do you give a damn
I'm
at all?
interested in it. It might piss me off, who knows, but I'm interested.
Have you ever thought or cared about Wonder Woman at all in the past, at any point in history?
Oh my god, yes, I had Wonder Woman roller skates and Wonder Woman underwear.
Really?
And a Wonder Woman cami.
Really?
Oh yeah, when I was like 5, I was a huge I used to watch it, I'd go, Wonder Woman, and I'd dance around in my Wonder Woman underwear. And yeah, I was a total fan. When I was like, yay high. I was like huge in the 70s show, in the reruns. Oh yeah, big time.
Alright.
Yeah, he's called Wonder Woman. Yeah. Did I have a lasso? I used to like use my jump rope as kind of one, but I didn't know how to tie knots yet. So I just would kind of hold it because I didn't know how to do a slip knot or anything. It was like long before I learned to tie my shoes or anything. I mean, talking about when I was like 4. Went through a big Wonder Woman phase. And I do remember I had Wonder Woman roller skates. They were the plastic ones that go on over your shoes and they're like sizes adjustable.
Uh-huh. I've never heard you mention Wonder Woman ever before at any point in the entire time I have known you.
Yeah, and then they had the Wonder Woman 77, the comic book thing that came out a few years ago.
I know you like Batman 66.
Well, yeah, and then I also had Wonder Woman 77.
I didn't know.
They were the best roller skates. I mean, especially if you didn't know how to roller skate, which at that age, realistically, I was just kind of walking while wearing roller skates and trying to... I didn't have the whole side-to-side thing down yet. Not at that age. I didn't have a Batman cape, but I did wear a receiving blanket as a Batman cape a few times. I do remember that. I remember pretending I was Superman and not Batman, Superman, and watching Circle Square on TV.
That was terribly bad luck.
Do you remember Circle Square?
What the fuck are you talking about now?
It was
Circle
like
Square.
It was like some kind of countrified Christian children's something.
I'm getting.
Oh, the Batman 66.
Who's leaving
comic was
doors
great.
open and not barricading them?
Sorry that I...
Who is doing
Somebody
that?
was dead. Goodbye, brainstem. What's HITB?
Dude, I'm very sorry, okay? Please.
Rich?
Huh?
What's HITB?
Half in the bag.
They want us to be in a
No.
Wonder Woman half in the bag.
No. Chad, it's not a rage quit when you die. I'm not gonna sit around for a 20-minute match when I'm the first one out. That's just silly.
How do I edit the...
To edit your character, it's too late now.
Change positions here.
I forget.
It's good.
Seriously, they need to like have the Lumberjanes come into this game and just start kicking ass. Just saying.
All right.
Bookworm?
Jack will be here soon. Then I'll turn Vanquish on.
OWTFBBLO.
Jack wants to give this a shot.
Somebody wants you to say their name. Omagawatafadakulo lass. Barbecue lass. Oh my god, what the fuck? Barbecue LOL ass?
Yeah.
Did I like Rogue One? I didn't see Rogue One. I'm sure I'll see it at some point, but I wasn't in like a giant hurry to.
Alright, we want to get away from here. Because that car's going to be a fucking Jason magnet.
Are we going to make a trip to Uganda anytime soon?
No.
That's in Africa, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Uruguay is in South America. I had to think about that for a second. Which one's which? Not that they're the same. I mean, I'm sure they're very, very different places. Uganda, Wisconsin? I don't think there's an Uganda, Wisconsin, but there's all kinds of weird names up here, like Kinnickinnick and Menominee, and Wauwatosa, and so, you know, I wouldn't rule it out.
Is there a telephone? We need a telephone. We need to call the cops. I think that's the sane.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Baseball man? I'll take a baseball.
They say,
bat.
how's the voice acting, Rich?
That's great. It's absolutely great.
Wisconsin basically is Canada. Well, the top of it, maybe. The bottom of it is kind of like Chicago in miniature. I'm sure that
Yeah.
people who live here would be pissed off to hear it described that way, but I think they have a lot in common.
It's an extended suburb.
Yeah. I have a feeling that people from Milwaukee probably feel about Chicago the way people from Chicago feel about New York. But
Okay. Alright, I was gonna open it.
they're not very far away from each other.
Grab it.
Yeah, the upper Midwest is all those those French names,
Yo,
tribal names filtered through the French explorers, like Illinois. I'm guessing Illinois was at some point.
get in. Get out.
Picnic's my favorite, though. I just love that word.
I have gas in the box fuse. So, do you know where's the fuse box at? Alright, lead the way. I have gas too, so I gotta go to the east.
Wisconsin is the California of the Midwest. Politically? Certainly not the climate.
Wait, I hit the wrong one.
Whereas Wisconsin is a very large area. It's just like Illinois. I mean, saying anything you want to say about Chicago is not going to be true about far southern Illinois, and anything you want to say about Milwaukee is not going to be true of the superior snow belt.
We gotta keep on moving. Grab your weapon, keep moving.
Wisconsin is Canada's Florida. That's a scary thought. Yeah, I think Wisconsin did go for Trump, but usually it goes the other way, so. I think it was different than the last few times. Illinois' largest state park is Wisconsin? I don't know, Illinois' best state park has got to be Starved Rock. Newfoundland is Canada's Florida? Yes, I've heard that. I actually asked a Canadian about that. I said, what do old Canadians with money do? Do they move to Florida or do they move to some particular part of Canada? And he mentioned Newfoundland or however they say it. Dr. Harry Lime says, I'm interviewing Len Kabaczynski for my 2-Bit podcast today. I've just watched a few of his movies on Amazon, had a blast. Thanks RLM for bringing Len to the rest of the world.
You're welcome.
Florida is God's waiting room. I've heard that too. Southern Illinois. Southern Illinois is...
The problem is...
It's, I think, geographically further south than Richmond and possibly culturally too. It's just a different than Northern Illinois. Culturally different. And the weather is definitely much more warm and humid than Chicago. Canadians are super mean to Newfies. Canadians are mean to people? I thought Canadians' whole thing was being nice and apologizing a lot. I didn't know Canadians did mean. That's kind of sad to hear. I thought Canadians were all nice.
Top right.
Vancouver's for retiring Chinese people. Canadians can't afford it. Yeah, I've heard Vancouver's expensive, but other than the rain, it sounds like it's got a lovely climate.
Run. Chad, stop running. Yo, press X.
Realistically, I'm sure they have meth everywhere. I don't think it's necessarily... They may be making it more in places that are isolated. But meth is everywhere. Drug abuse of all sorts is everywhere.
When we go outside, jog. Yeah, stop sprinting though. Like I see you sprinting.
The I can't get the sand out of my shoes being in Florida's done a number on my blues. Sand. Shoes aren't the only places it goes. You bet there's no meth on the moon? That's true, there probably is no meth on the moon. And if you open a beer, it'll probably, immediately evaporate into the vacuum or something. The moon is not made of meth. The moon is made out of green cheese.
Back door. Go. Locate the back door.
Anyone out there, you have to come to Camp Crystal Lake.
Don't do
Bring a
school,
gun.
eat your drugs, stay in vegetables. Sounds like a plan.
Jason's real. Please help us. Oh God, he's killing us.
Yeah, rural areas do have problems with poverty and drugs. I mean, so do the suburbs increasingly.
Jason's on us.
The cities, to some extent, have the advantage of the population concentration. It's easier to provide services when people aren't so sparsely located. Fame was like a drug, but even more like a drug was all the drugs. What's that from? I like it. Lost in Technicolor? That does not sound pleasant.
No battery yet.
Need help?
Do I D&D? I have never D&D'd. It sounded like something I might enjoy, but nobody I know has ever been in it, and also geographically anywhere near me. Like, I have friends online that like that sort of thing, and it sounds like it would be fun. But
Nice.
the opportunity never really presented itself. How about Rich?
Nice one, man. Thank you.
What?
Have you ever played D&D?
No.
You ever wanted to?
Eh.
What is the escape velocity of an unladen swallow?
We should probably ditch this place.
How many sweaters did that guy have?
Oh, the killer's here, be careful. Vanessa, you need to run, you hurt.
Go.
Vanessa, go. Run out.
Well, waiting around and shouting doesn't sound like much fun.
I'm gone. I'm so sorry.
Oh, the killer got me.
I'm running.
Oh, God, you got
42 is the answer to life, the universe, and everything. He's wearing his cornflower blue sweater. Not really. The problem with an RLM D&D is Mike would have to be the DRM, so that's bad news for Rich. So like real life?
Hasn't killed her yet. We still got time.
Poke Rich? Where?
You live to abuse me. To brutalize. To intimidate.
What is Rich's PIN number? 8675309.
We need to find the phone, because I have the box. Abuse.
Oh, when I poke his arm, it's abuse, but when he stabs my fingers in the...
That was purely an accident.
I know. He didn't know my hand was in there.
Your finger poking is a blatant abuse.
So how's the game so far, Rich?
I'm enjoying it.
All I really notice is that this guy has a lot of different colored sweaters. Ever pressure Rich to talk about Cheers? Oh, we were going to talk about the fact that Roseanne is coming back on.
Well, with the jackets here, get his input.
Well, okay. It does look like he's wearing a superhero cape. He's got like Superman colors now. For those stupid brown pants.
Car battery or telephone. Those are the two things we need. Or, one of the two.
DLC sweater pack includes the Cosby, which will
Wait,
render
what?
female. Somebody said the DLC sweater pack includes the Cosby, which will render female.
Did Jason give up?
That was pretty good.
That was a disappointment. That was going well. So what happened?
He said that the DLC content will include the Cosby with the sweater pack.
Oh,
The Cosby, which will
no.
render
Is it-
female campers unconscious.
Does it have the date rape drug you can put in like Jason's
That's why
drink
they're gonna
to get
that's
away?
why they're going to be unconscious.
I won and it's disappointing. I won because Jason gave up and left the match. That's why it's disappointing. I didn't get to put the battery in the car and drive away. I didn't get to call the cops and sneak away. It was a disappointing way to win.
So like if you were on the Titanic and you got on one of the lifeboats, you'd be like, I didn't like this way. Let me go back on and try to survive again.
You heard this game was disappointing? This game's probably as good as a multiplayer Friday the 13th game can be. I don't know what you want.
So you think it should be single player?
I don't know. Look, playing single player as Jason would be fun. Because you don't get to play as Jason that often. You have like a 10% chance every time you play the game to be Jason.
I like Rampage.
Ooh la la!
Seriously. She's not wearing much. What's Factorio?
I have no idea.
They want to know if you like autism sims. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that is.
Not as good as Rocket League. Lots of things aren't as good as Rocket League. Rocket League is pretty good. It's a good, it's basically soccer with cars. Soccer or hockey. With fewer rules and jet-powered cars. I agree with Hackbot. Says you have the memory of a termite.
No.
Do something.
Hackbot got that from me.
It said it seems like a $15 game. The
Maybe,
textures, it looks pretty good, but it's like, bleh. I'm not even paying much attention to it, and it's boring me. Please try Factorio one time, Rich. You strand on a desert planet and have to science the shit out of it to leave. No boring story or cutscenes.
Alright.
No, that might be fun. I don't know how that's an autism sim. Or what that even means, but... It sounds like a MacGyver sim. Could you imagine if Atari made a video game version of The Martian?
No.
How horrible that would be.
I can't because I'm...
like for the 2600. I'm thinking of like E.T. It is Captain Jerk. How are you? You build robots to do all the work for you in the most complex game of erector set imaginable.
Alright, car battery.
This game should have Scooby-Doo character skins, although Fred is there already. I could, that would... Just about any game would be better with Scooby-Doo character skins available. It is multiplayer.
So far it's only multiplayer.
I think I hear a Jack.
Yep.
I think I hear it's either Jack or Jason is coming up the stairs to kill us. And at this point, I might be okay with that.
It's a murderer!
Jack, put us out of our misery quickly.
Are you not having a good time playing?
I am.
Oh, okay.